In the scorching heat of August, the boxing world feels like it's shifting under everyone's feet as Jake Paul prepares for what may be the most defining moment of his career. This time, the stakes are higher than ever, not just because of the opponent standing across from him, but because of the man who has stepped into his corner. Mike Tyson, a name that still sends a chill through the veins of heavyweight giants, has entered Jake Paul's training camp. His presence is a reminder that this is no ordinary fight. This is no playful exhibition, no carefully picked celebrity matchup. This is the biggest test Jake Paul has ever faced, and he is preparing with a seriousness that surpasses anything we have seen from him before. Tyson's shadow follows him through every drill. Reports say the legend will stay with him for several days, leave and then return, just before fight week to help sharpen Paul for what many are calling the most dangerous night of his life. It is an alliance no one predicted, but one that instantly raised the temperature of this entire event. As the first face-off in Miami unfolded, the surreal nature of this bout became impossible to ignore. Anthony Joshua's towering 6'6" frame stretched into the lights like a monument, while Jake Paul, 5 inches shorter and undeniably smaller, stood firm with a defiance that felt louder than anything he said aloud. He looked up at Joshua's chest, steady and unblinking, accepting the physical mismatch without flinching. He spoke with a conviction that surprised even his critics. This was not the Jake Paul who used to crack jokes and stir chaos for clicks. This was a man telling the world he was willing to step into a storm and stay there. He insisted he was ready to endure what most fighters couldn't, even going as far as declaring that nothing Joshua did would make him quit. His message was clear. The size difference might be enormous, but his willingness to suffer, to push, to break himself if necessary, was even bigger. He promised to rely on speed, sharp angles, and discipline, and he recognized Joshua for what he was, one of the best heavyweights of this era, a destructive force with the ability to end nights early. But Jake Paul thrives on being doubted. In fact, he seems to crave it. Joshua, for his part, welcomed the chaos with open arms. He called the matchup colossal and acknowledged that the spectacle was as important as the fight itself. He praised the marketability, the global spotlight, the way this event blended serious boxing with undeniable star power. Yet beneath all the smiles and professionalism, his message was far less gentle. He promised to break Paul down, to punish him, to overwhelm him physically. Joshua slimmed down due to a strict weight requirement of no more than 245 pounds. Appeared revitalized after the year away from the ring. He insisted he felt quick, loose, and mentally sharp. It was a stark contrast from the Joshua who had been knocked out by Daniel Dubois, a loss that raised questions about his future. Now he claimed he was ready for a new chapter, and this unexpected matchup was the doorway back. Jake Paul's preparation reflects the gravity of the challenge ahead. He has been sparring with champions like Shocker Stevenson, Raymond Ford, and Montana Love, paying handsomely for their time but needing every ounce of their world-class refinement. These are fighters who have lived their whole lives in the ring, and bringing them in sends a clear message. Paul is trying to erase the line that separates him from real boxers. He admitted that fear has crept into his nights, that this fight feels different, heavier, more dangerous than any before. Vulnerability slipped out of him when he described being scared, but in the same breath, he embraced the pressure, insisting that fear would sharpen him, not break him. On the opposite side, Joshua's acceptance of this bout stirred controversy. Critics wondered why a heavyweight legend would bother with a YouTuber turned boxer, but the answer became clearer with every public appearance. The money was enormous, the spotlight global, and Joshua saw it as a bridge to a bigger year ahead. He had taken 12 months away after the Dubois loss, regained his hunger, and simply wanted to fight. And with Tyson Fury retired and the heavyweight title picture in chaos, this matchup offered something invaluable: a global audience, a massive payday, and a chance to rebuild momentum. Heading into 2026, Joshua repeatedly emphasized that he isn't focused on negativity, isn't bothered by criticism, and doesn't care about the naysayers questioning his decision. He only focuses on those who support him, those who stand with him. Paul's presence didn't annoy him. Instead, he complimented Paul's business sense and determination, even going as far as saying he takes him seriously because anyone brave enough to step into a ring deserves that respect. But that doesn't mean Joshua softened the tone. He made it clear he planned to hurt Paul, calling himself too big, too strong, and too powerful for anything Paul could bring. His previous fight may have ended in disaster, but the fire inside him seems stronger than ever. He is determined to show he can still dominate, that his name still belongs among the greats. Many analysts agree that Joshua is in a different universe when it comes to size, experience, and pure force, comparing the potential fight to his knockout of Francis Ngannou, where many believed the MMA legend had a chance, until Joshua destroyed him early. For Jake Paul, this is a risk far beyond anything he has taken before. Even his win over Mike Tyson, as shocking as it was, can't be compared to facing a prime full-size heavyweight like Joshua. As this drama unfolds, the whispers around the boxing world grow louder. Some fighters have rejected Jake Paul's outreach entirely, claiming they refuse to be part of circus events. Others question whether Paul is biting off more than he can chew. But one thing is undeniable. This fight has become the most talked about event of the year. Two worlds are colliding, and the stakes are enormous. One man is fighting for legacy, the other is fighting for validation. And when they step into the ring on December 19th in Miami, something unforgettable is guaranteed to happen. Before you go, share your thoughts. Is Jake Paul taking the biggest risk of his life, or is Anthony Joshua underestimating a man who refuses to quit? Who walks out of Miami victorious? Let us know what you think in the comments below. And if you enjoy deep dives into the biggest stories in boxing, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update.